All right. So today is Friday, the 13th of September, 2024. And on our fundamentals, we really don't have much fundamental event today. We don't have anyone this morning. The CNY, we really don't trade that, and it's tentative. Then 3 p.m. is the next event, which is a prelim UOM consumer sentiment and a prelim UOM inflation expectations, both of them from the US. So this has nothing to do with the morning session. So we'll just leave it for the afternoon session. So I'll flip straight away to the MetaTrader. And even technically, we don't have much set up this morning. Market is being a bit on the quiet side. And this has happened almost throughout the week, with just a few exceptions of some movements here and there, but we've not had a general overall, volatile outlook for this week. Kind of market has not been what has been expected. Now, looking at the dollar index, I'm seeing a kind of a reversal pattern being formed on the dollar index at the moment. And I'm seeing something that looks like a triple bottom or an inverse head and shoulder, which would lead to a reversal long term. We've been having this long term bullish reversal on the dollar index, but each time it's like there's no sufficient volatility to just push it up. So maybe as we are rounding up the week, you can see there was a gap. There was a gap overnight. A price may want to hit the support, then have a reversal. So still very much in line with the bullish outlook we've had over time. So I'm expecting price to fill up the gap between the current price and the next support level. If that happens, then we should be expecting some kind of reversal in the bullish direction on the USDX. And that will take me straight away to the USDJPY. And I said that the JPY pairs, I'm seeing a bullish pattern on them on the long term. Now, for the USDJPY, while price is currently trading at a support level on the weekly time frame, this is the support on the weekly. This is where the current candle is trading at that same support level. On the 4-hour, it's really forming a falling wedge pattern, where we could expect a breakout. I've said it, for many of the JPY pairs, their main breakout will actually be next week. But it's possible because many of them are forming swing reversal setup. But the breakout may start gradually this week on a lower time frame. When we say this week, well, today is the end of the week. So some of the reversal may start today, but the main one may actually kick in next week. So for the USD like I said, we have price hitting the support on the weekly time frame with a falling wedge pattern being formed on the 4-hour. And within the falling wedge pattern, I'm also seeing the formation of an inverse head and shoulder. And this is expected to lead to a major breakout, possibly next week. That may not really happen this week again, because today is the last day of the week. But if you flip down to 15 minutes time frame, I can see a kind of a reversal pattern, an inverse head and shoulder forming on the 15 minutes. At least this can give us some reversal today, all things being equal, if there's sufficient volatility in the market to push it. So I can draw my trend line, right here and draw a second one at the back for us to have to form a falling wedge pattern, even on this 15 minutes time frame. So in the course of today, if there's sufficient volatility, price is expected. You can see that there was a rejection candle. The last 15 minutes candle too was a rejection candle at that support level there. We still have our valid inverse head and shoulder, and that should lead to a breakout, in the upside direction. So possible this may happen before the news by 3 p.m. Very possible. If price is able to break out above this, current resistance level at 141.147, then we should be able to see some bullish movement on the USD today. Like I said, the main one is still next week, but today we can still have some, some slight bullish movement, and that can give us at least on the average about 24 pips to Fibonacci 38.2 and about 50 pips to Fibonacci 50, which is very good for intraday trading. But please take note that this depends a lot on the level of volatility in the market today, and or later on in the afternoon. If the news comes out good for the dollar, that'll be at 3 p.m. That may also push it. But it's possible to get some movement before then. So let's just keep our eyes on the USD JPY. We're bullish on the USD JPY. And we are also bullish on the Euro JPY. It's possible to get some movement today also on the Euro JPY. Now for the Euro JPY also, just like the other JPY pairs, on this one, price is trading at a support level on the 4-hour. This is the 4-hour support. Price is very close. It can just drop some few pips. Then we should expect a reversal from there, because this region also looks a lot like a double bottom, in formation, which can lead to an eventual bullish breakout. So if you flip down to 15 minutes again, let's try 30 minutes and 15 minutes. All right, if you flip down to 15 minutes again, you can see we have a pattern very close to what we have on the USD JPY, an inverse head and shoulder, and a reversal is anticipated. Again, price needs to break out above this high for us to experience that, bullish movement. We can still draw a trend line right here and draw a second one at the back to give us another falling wedge, on this one. So we are bullish on the Euro JPY, very bullish on the Euro JPY. So if price breaks out above this level here, then that will trigger the buy. And now on the closer look, I just drew a line here because I can clearly see that we also have a psychological level at 156.000, which is equally acting as a support. See, when price hits that psychological level, that we have this rejection candle, and what I'm saying is this: when price hits that psychological level, we have that rejection candle and this current reversal we're experiencing. So that psychological level is acting as a support there, which can lead to price, breaking out into the upside direction. So we're bullish also on the Euro JPY on 15 minutes. My outlook on DXY is it's not bullish at the moment, I must say, but I believe it may be bullish in the course of the day. I'm responding to the person asking about USDX. You can see there is a gap overnight. This is USDX on the daily time frame. There's a gap overnight, and price may drop to hit this support. Then we get a reversal. So that's just my view. All right. So I said I'm bullish on the USD JPY, the Euro JPY, and GBP card is another instrument I'm looking at today. Now for GBP card, price is currently trading around the resistance level on the daily time frame. We have a valid resistance, and price, is back to that level again. So technically, we're expecting some reversal on the GBP card. You can see that from the daily. Still seeing reversal on 4-hour. You can see the current candle on 1 hour is looking a lot like a rejection candle. So we can still flip down to 15 minutes. And this is what we have. Even down to 5 minutes, we can still see we have a rejection candle up there. Okay, I think I might be forced to go lower this time around so that we can get clarity. Okay, I have to go down to 5 minutes on this one. I really don't do this, but we have to follow what the market is giving us. So we have a rejection candle on the 4-hour and the 1-hour candle. Let me go to 30 minutes and see if I can draw. I can't draw my trend line well on this time frame, so I have to go to the one that I have the clarity. Okay, that's 5 minutes. It's all right. It's nothing wrong with that. So on the 5 minute time frame on the GBP card, we're looking for a reversal. Like I said, the candle is trying to break out, but then this becomes, since it's forming a rejection candle, we need to trade this with a lot of caution because many times rejection candle will end up giving you a head and a shoulder, then a drop. That's the likelihood of what will happen. So for this GBP card on 5 minute time frame, you need to wait for price to break out below this support zone that I just drew to trigger a sell on GBP card. So if price breaks out below it, either it forms the head and shoulder or it does not. Once there's a breakout below that support zone with your RSI clearly below 50, you can trigger a sell on GBP card. So we're bearish on GBP card. Next, I want to look at is the New Zealand CHF. Now, for the New Zealand CHF, we can see we have a descending trend line, and technically, this should give us, a bearish movement today. This is 4 hour. This is 1 hour. Now, on 1 hour time frame, we're seeing what looks like the formation of a head and shoulder, which is expected to lead to a bearish breakout. And on the 1 hour, we have, let's go to the 4 hour first. On the 4 hour, we can see that we have a valid resistance level at the same point. So that forms a confluence that will give us, some bearish breakout. So let's go down to like 30 minutes time frame. You can still see we have. So sorry, let me just explain this better for the benefit of those who may not get what I just showed you some few minutes ago. What I'm saying is this. On this New Zealand CHF, price is trending downwards. We have a downtrend and price hit the trend line the third time. Technically, we should see a bearish continuation. And when we flip to the 4 hour time frame, we can now see at the point where price is touching the trend line the third time, where we expect a bearish continuation, there's equally a resistance. There's also a resistance level, and that should also encourage a bearish breakout. So if we now flip down to 1 hour, we can see a pattern that looks a lot like a head and shoulder, which is equally a bearish pattern. So putting all this together, we can safely say that we are having a reversal pattern on New Zealand CHF. So in reality, this second shoulder is actually small for me. I don't know whether price will want to do something bigger than this before dropping. But all I know is that if price breaks out below this trend line that is acting like the neckline, we should see a free flow of price downwards on this instrument. Let's take it out to 30 minutes time frame. So I'm trying to draw another trend line here so that we can have more confluences. Okay, I think it's best to do this on the 30 minutes. So let's leave it on 30 minutes. All right, so if price is able to break out below the first trend line, which is the neckline, and this second one, we have a breakout completely below here, then we'll have a valid reason to see a bearish breakout on New Zealand CHF. And RSI should be clearly below 50 when that happens. So I maintain my bearish outlook on the New Zealand CHF. And finally, we take a look at NAS 100. Now, just like we're seeing on the New Zealand CHF, for NAS 100, we're seeing the same kind of pattern. Price, hits the trend line the first time, Second time, this is actually very close. Let me go up a little and adjust it. Good. All right, so we have price touch the trend line, first touch, second touch, third touch, and the current candle today is the fourth time price is touching this trend line. So technically, we're looking for a bearish continuation on price. That's on the daily time frame. Do we have a resistance? No, we don't. We don't have a resistance on this one, like what we had on the New Zealand CHF. We don't have a resistance, but we don't have a resistance. But the previous candle to this one, is a rejection candle. That also gives us an insight of a possible reversal. So if you flip down to 1 hour, you can see that the previous candle was actually a rejection candle. And I'm also seeing the formation of, uh, let me call it a triple top pattern, not necessarily head and shoulder, a triple top pattern, which will lead to a bearish breakout on this instrument. And that is still valid even down to 15 minutes. I think it's even clearer. It's clearer on the 15 minutes time frame. So if you put a rectangle here, you can see that it's actually a triple top pattern. So if price breaks out below what looks like the neckline here, then we should get ready to take a sell on NAS 100. And RSI is currently at 48. So that means that, this instrument is getting ready. MACD is also about to cross below zero. So a breakout below the current trend line we have here, we see that we have a bearish breakout on NAS 100. So we're bearish on NAS 100. All right, so that will be all from my end this morning. This morning, let me just do a little recap. I've given out my outlook on the dollar index, which is USDX. I said I believe it has to hit the support on the daily before we can see a reversal in the bullish direction, But then I still maintain a long-term bullish outlook on the dollar. Now, USD JPY is bullish on the 15 minutes time frame. Euro JPY is bullish on the 15 minutes time frame also. And on GBP CAD, we're bearish on the 1 hour. On New Zealand CHF, we're equally bearish on the 1 hour. And NAS 100, we're bearish on the 15 minutes time frame. So that's my outlook for this morning. So I'll just respond now to those who are making requests in the comment section. And kindly know that this analysis I'll do from now on is personal to those that are asking for it. So if you're to take trades, take the ones I've mentioned earlier as my own personal analysis. My outlook on Euro USD. That's for, is it Noel? Yeah, Noel. No, there was an expectation I had about Euro USD earlier, where I was of the opinion that probably Euro USD might drop, because there's a confluence point below here, the trend line on the daily time frame. Sorry, the channel rather, the channel pattern, that blue line on the daily, where price has done a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And I was looking at price actually dropping. That was yesterday, dropping to hit this higher low the third time. And that coincides with the resistance level on the daily time frame. And this region will have formed a confluence for the next higher high. But currently, it looks like price is doing its own thing. Maybe that setup may come up later. I don't know. But currently, what I'm seeing here is this. Overnight or later yesterday, Euro USD actually went bullish. Now, if you remember the analysis that was given for the CPI on on Wednesday. It was a bullish outlook on the Euro USD. Now that pattern, even the analysis was very correct. The analysis was given when price was somewhere around here. The side of price reversing, price actually took its time. It eventually went in that direction yesterday, which was a day after the analysis. Pardon me. Price eventually went, in line with the analysis, but it actually happened yesterday. It went massively bullish. So, what is now our view on price today? I can clearly draw a trend line. This is the 4-hour time frame, and we have some lower highs here. Now, since we hold the bullish outlook on the dollar for today, at least from the USD perspective, though the dollar index is yet to fully cooperate with that, I must say that. But on the USD I'm seeing a possible bullish outlook, even though it's on 15 minutes. We may see some decline on Euro USD. Also coupled with the fact that today is Friday, most of the time, the direction of Friday is always on the opposite side of the general trend that has been happening for days earlier. So we had a massive bullish breakout on Euro USD yesterday. So it's possible to have a decline today, being Friday, because liquidity may drop. There may not be sufficient liquidity to keep pushing price higher. So it's possible for us to have, some kind of, it may not be a complete reversal, even if it's a retracement, that might be possible today. So on technical grounds, I'm only seeing one reason. I'm not really having a full confluence for a reversal on Euro USD yet. Let me go down to 15 minutes and see. Even on 15 minutes, it's not really too clear. Okay, on 1 hour, well, except now I've tried to look, I can't even find a resistance. There's no valid resistance at this point. There's even on the daily, there's no valid, and there's no psychological level also that we can use. So I can't give you clarity 100% that Euro USD will sell, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility, that we may experience some bearish movement. Also, if this eventually evolves into a head and shoulder, yeah, that might give us some bearish movement on Euro USD. So that's my view to Noel. Now, this question is asking about GBP USD and gold. So let's take a look at GBP USD and gold. Yeah, there was a massive breakout on GBP USD. I remember giving us this analysis yesterday. I think it was in the afternoon yesterday. Because, yeah, it was in the afternoon I had the analysis where I told us that I was bullish on the GBP USD. I don't know if any of us was on platform. I believe some of us on the platform yesterday, but I told us that price hit a resistance, on support, and a bullish continuation. And that eventually happened. If you flip down to 1 hour, I gave you this analysis yesterday. Price broke out, into the bullish direction. So it has done the major move. Will it sell today? I don't know. It all depends on the market. But the main move where there was a perfect setup, it has done that move, yesterday. And it moved to the tune of about 73 pips. So if there's going to be a massive movement today, there's no setup yet. If we see one, we'll let you know. But the analysis for yesterday worked out just like the forecast that was given. Gold is the next one. Now, gold at the moment is defying a lot of things. It's defying a lot of analysis. It's just in a world of its own. I know this also might be because of the ongoing wars that we find, Russia, Ukraine that has been attacked recently, and even the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas, and all that is really pushing gold. Gold is just climbing higher. Is there any reversal in view? Well, we just have to watch. We have to just watch and see. Currently, I'm seeing a rising wedge pattern forming on gold on 4 hour, but if the rising wedge will hold, we may see some decline. More so that we're bullish on the USD it's possible to have some decline, but there's no clarity on that at the moment. If you see a clear sector, a clear signal, we will surely notify you about it. AUD USD. AUD USD, well, the movement of the dollar this week has really affected this instrument, even though we had an analysis and even a signal on it earlier. But at this point, I will want you to tread with a lot of caution. Though it's possible we might see some decline today, it's possible. It's possible. But then, if you're not comfortable and if you, for those who might have taken it, you want to close, you are also free to close. Even though price has not gone into the stop loss in reality, but there's been a lot of instability around the dollar. So I don't know if it will still push downwards as earlier expected. More so today being Friday. So if you are not comfortable with the ADUs, if you have a trade on it, you may close it. If you feel you can still hold on, it's possible you may have some decline, at least that will reduce the negativity. That is still quite possible today. All right, so I've checked Euro USD, JP USD, GBP, JPY. Like I said for the for the JPY PS, many of them are looking bullish, though the main move may happen next week. But it's possible to have some of those moves starting today on a lower time frame. It's a possibility. I remember giving you the analysis on GBP, JPY yesterday. I'm saying this is the 4 hour. We're seeing clearly the formation of an inverse head and shoulder, which will break out, further. I think there's a support somewhere on the daily or the weekly time frame. The candle for yesterday, okay, 2 days ago rather, that's 2 days ago was Wednesday. Wednesday closed as a rejection candle right here. That's a rejection candle there on the weekly support. Yeah, there's a support from the weekly, and there's a confluence, a trend line coming us up also from the weekly time frame. So we have a confluence here, and that's why we're seeing an inverse head and shoulder forming on the 4 hour. But for those who are intraday traders, yeah, we are seeing the same pattern across most of these JPYPS, this inverse head and shoulder. Though this second shoulder seems to be long, but well, is still an inverse head and shoulder. So that may lead to some bullish activity today. So if the price breaks out above, this minor resistance here, then we may see some bullish movement on the GBJPY today. So again, I emphasize the major move for this on the swing side will still take place next week. But we can see some beginning, some earlier movements. This is a whole support zone here, which can push price up. So I'm bullish on GBJPY on the 15 minutes time frame. Ekpe Ambassador, I've analyzed Euro USD and gold. This guy I've analyzed GBUSD. Franklin, I've done gold. Victor, I've done AD USD. This square US30 and BTC USD. All right, so that'll be the last two I will attend to. BTC USD. Yeah, Madam Monaji was asking about BTC USD yesterday, and he said, I think she's on a buy trade, or I think so, if I remember, or maybe on this. Okay, I think she said,
I was on a sell, sir.
Okay, sell, yes.
But I came out immediately because when you analyze that it might be bullish, and I was selling. I came out.
Okay. I hope you didn't have any.
As it is so, I did serious loss, sir.
Wow.
Serious. It is
Wow.
well.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
thank you, sir.
you're welcome. I think there's a range going on here. See, the market is not too kind of stable this week. The volatility has been very poor. So even some trades we expect to go in certain ways, we've not seen them move as expected. And that's why we always say in trading, market condition is never going to be the same all year round. There are times when the market is trending, and there are times when everything is just quiet and is in a range. So for the person asking about BTC, even though I seem to have a bullish outlook on this instrument, but that depends on if we have sufficient volatility to push price up. My view yesterday was, I think, an inverse here. Maybe we have some inverse head and shoulder and a breakout upwards. And I still maintain that, outlook, but it all depends on if there is sufficient volatility in the market. Market seems to be quiet. Even this morning, we are seeing a lot of quietness everywhere. But you never can tell. Volatility may return in the course of the day. We may have some slight drop here before we have the bullish breakout. So I still maintain my bullish breakout, but as in my bullish outlook, but it depends largely on the volatility in the market to push it up. And finally, we have the DJ30. Now, for DJ30, we can see that there is this big rejection candle here, which led to a bullish movement yesterday. That was from 2 days ago, led to a bullish movement yesterday. But currently today, price hit a support level here, a resistance, a support turned resistance, and next we're expecting rather is a decline. So price is trading at a support turned resistance level on the daily time frame. This is 1 hour. Let's go down to 15 minutes. Market is actually in a range. Market is actually in a range. There's a lot of quietness everywhere. But in case volatility returns, we might be looking at, just like we're looking at selling the NAS 100, might be looking at selling the DJ30 likewise. But I'm trying to look at the points that can be used for entry because we are having a lot of massive range at the moment. Now, this here is actually trying to form a kind of a double top pattern, but the volatility is actually very, very low at the moment. So the person asking about this, if price is able to break out below, this box, below this tip right here, we may be seeing an opportunity to sell DJ30. But please trade with a lot of caution because the volatility seems quite low. When volatility is low, even if a breakout happens, it may still lead to a range. May still eventually lead to a range. But if there's sufficient volatility, if price breaks out below that support zone, then we should see at least some sell on this instrument. All right, I've attended to everyone. That will be all from my analysis this morning. Please don't forget we'll have the bootcamp again today by 7 p.m. The bootcamp is going to be ending this weekend. So today should be one of the last sessions. I think there should still be a final session on Sunday. Just watch out in your WhatsApp group, but there will be bootcamp tonight by 7 p.m. So make sure you join us, so that we can have a good outlook of what the Forex market is all about with entering into it with proper education. All right, so that'll be all from me this morning. Trade safe and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.
Have a very wonderful weekend, sir. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you.